lots been made about the freshman offensive line and how well they've played. Just curious, how big was that for their confidence going on the road in that environment, and also the bye week before this big game?
Yeah, I think it's huge for their confidence. But, every single one of those guys, those young guys, they've been bought in since the beginning. They take coaching really well. They bring it every single day at practice. They have a different, just kind of youthful energy at practice at all times. And so everything that they have done in games, it's just a culmination of how quickly they're able to learn, retain knowledge, and then learn from their young mistakes, whether it's through spring ball, fall camp, earlier on in the season, just their ability to adapt to what college football is. But they're talented kids. They're great kids. They're smart kids. Coach Bedenbaugh's done an awesome job just preparing those guys, getting them ready to play. And, got to keep on developing, get better, and get ready for this week.
Yeah, Ben, Jermichael Carter was a guy that we didn't see maybe a ton early in the season, but has gotten some opportunity the last couple of weeks. What have you seen from him and kind of his development as the season's gone on?
My favorite thing about J. Mike as a receiver, he's probably our most willing blocker as a receiver. And that says a lot to me as a coach. I think whenever you're a receiver and you love blocking, you take such pride in it, I think that shows truly who you are as a person and as a young man. And he's just consistent as they come. He's done a great job of learning, because he came in the spring, was kind of just a little bit behind as far as what the whole entire offense was. So he's done a great job of consistently and continuously learning the offense to be able to get in there and be able to contribute. And but he's always ready whenever his number's called, and is no different. Against Tennessee, he came in, he played really well, executed, did his job, and really proud of J. Mike.
Yeah, Ben, obviously John, he looked, a lot like himself earlier in the season against Tennessee, did some things to probably build on. Just how do you feel like he kind of progressed throughout the bye week?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did some really good things in the Tennessee game, and then going into the bye week, a lot like our entire team, I thought our young men had a great mindset going into the bye week. There was no taking a break and let's just get these practices over with so we can get to our 3-day vacation. That wasn't a thing at all, and John was no different. These kids attacked the work every single day. I think we were able to make some improvements on just little things that we need to get better at for in order to go win the games, do what winning requires, and we were able to peel a little bit of that back. And John was no different. He attacked the work. He attacked his footwork, his communication, his consistency. Really about the same way that he's done it all year, though. He's a process-driven kid, and he stuck to the process. Great leader throughout the bye week, and so just excited to watch him get to play more football. So.
Ben, I wanted to ask you another one about John. Obviously, he's gone on the road and won big games before, but post-surgery, that Tennessee game was a first, to go and to. I know he won at South Carolina, to beat, though, a top-ranked team on the road. How important did you feel like that was? I mean, he doesn't seem to lack for confidence, but just to actually get that W on the road in that situation.
Yeah. I think the South Carolina game did help us, I think, because that wasn't an easy place to go, and they were a talented team, and we were able to play really efficient football, and he played really efficient football. So I think that prepared him for another road SEC test, and, really did a lot of the same things, was clean for the majority of the game with his eyes and his ball placement, his footwork. There's still a few things that you'd like to be a little bit better, but he played really efficient football, and except for a few things here or there, really played winning football the entirety of the day. So I think just being able to, go to South Carolina, do that, go to Tennessee and do that, I think it just builds at least – I think for John, just builds a little bit of confidence that, hey, if I go do my job and I go execute, I can put us in a position to win the football game. And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Figure out a way at the end to go win the game. And but I think those two prior games really help in the confidence of that. And I think it's important for the development of him and this team as a whole. Yeah.
Ty Simpson on the other side. Obviously, you're not watching him for scouting purposes, but I'm sure you're aware of his style. What's impressed you about him?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much watch him every week in crossover film, game planning other teams. He's I mean, he's impressive. He's an impressive passer. I think he does an unbelievable job in the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield and delivering the ball where it needs to go. You know, I've just been impressed watching him as a first-year starter and the calmness and the maturity that he shows. I think he's a really good football player. You know, and I actually know his dad. I know his dad's a really good human, really good ball coach, and so, I mean, from everything I know, he's a great kid, comes from a great family, and I've just been impressed with his maturity and his confidence whenever he steps out there.
In the 10 days since Tennessee, have you guys analyzed your protocols or talked about how you can avoid what happened there with the interception when you wanted to run the ball, but the ball got thrown instead and disaster happened? Have you changed anything or discussed what you can do to not let that happen again?
Yeah, at the end of the day, that was my fault. I mean, I called a run play there. They had 8 humans in the box. We're bringing, you know, they pretty much had 9 humans in the box. Bringing cover 0. I gave the option to throw the ball right there. I mean, it's nobody else's fault but mine, you know, and I got to be better in that moment, in that situation, and I know that, and, you know, it's good learning moment right there, but that one was on me.
Yeah, Ben, I know you kind of overlapped with Kalen and Ryan Grubb that when you guys were both in Washington that first year there. Just, I guess, what's your relationship, if any, with those guys, and what's it going to be like being on the same or opposite sidelines as them again?
Yeah. Coach DeBoer and Coach Grubb, I think I've shaken their hand once. You know, I don't really have much of a personal relationship with them or anything like that. I respect the crap out of them. I think if you look at their resume, their coaching career, what they've been able to do and winning at a high level for a long time, I think that's really impressive. And that sustained success over time is the mark of an unbelievable coach, which both of them are. But I don't know them, you know, any which way. But I have a lot of respect for them, what they do. I was able to coach against them in the Apple Cup in, 2023, and they did an incredible job that year. So they're intelligent ball coaches and put their teams in position to win a lot. So.
Back to the offensive line. I know you always have a lot you want to accomplish with a bye week, but the first bye week seemed like it was as much about health and just getting everybody ramped back up. How different or not was this bye week when you've got some younger pieces that you're trying to build that chemistry and kind of keep pushing that momentum forward from a really good showing in Knoxville?
Yeah, you just have to demand a lot at practice. You know, again, like I said, the bye week, it's really easy for it to go one of two ways. It can go one way where the kids are like, oh, man, it's the bye week. I'm going to, you know, get through it, enjoy my vacation, and come back ready to work after that. Or it can go the other way where it's, hey, we're attacking everything we do today. And I think the culture in our locker room and our building and from our head football coach, it almost forces that number 2, which is the best. And it's no different with Coach Biedenbow in that offensive line. I thought we were able to do a lot of really good things to build off of what we've been able to do really the last month in that room. But at the same time, those are still some young kids in there. So being able to get them reps at things that they need to see from the past, or, you know, trying to predict the future of what they might see, just being able to get them looks at that stuff to keep on building experience was huge. But like I said, those kids really came and attacked the work and got after it. So I'm proud of them and just excited to go play another ball game.
Yeah, Ben, very niche question, but on game days you always have a red and blue pen hanging from your chain. What's the story behind that? Why do you do that? How did it start?
Yeah, I didn't know it was really going to be like a thing, but people have asked me about that a lot. I don't know. The red pin, I cross off a play. Don't run that play again. Whether it's maybe a one hitter, like, oh well, hey, it hit. There's no way they'll fall for that again, or that was stupid. Like, don't run that. And then the blue pin, circle it. Okay, hey, maybe come back to this one. Or my blue pen, I write notes. Hey, maybe this isn't in the game plan, but what they've been showing us. Hey, let's get to this right here. And I put it on my necklace because I don't want to be digging around in my pockets the whole time. I can just grab and go. But I guess it kind of turned into a thing where I'm the red pin, blue pin guy. So
Did you get that from anyone else, or is that something you just started on your own?
nah, I just started doing it on my own. I mean, the red pin, blue pin came from my mentor, why he does what he does on his game sheets. But putting it on my necklace, yeah, I just convenience.
Are you particular about your pins?
Yeah, the G2. It's the best pin and ball.
Yeah, Ben, he hasn't become a big receiving target yet, but what has Caden Helms meant to get in the running game going in the last
Oh, well, I mean, he's an older guy. You know, I know he's battled through some injuries and stuff, but he's an older guy. He's practiced a lot of football. So he comes with a great maturity about him to what practice is. And he brings it every day in practice. I mean, he's constantly being physical, going as hard as he can, straining through the echo of the whistle. And that stuff translates to game day. And that stuff helps the run game. You know, way back when, like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, whenever I was getting asked about the run game, and I said, it's not just the O-line, it's everybody. I mean, that's a prime example of how it's everybody. Caden Helms and Carson Kent and Jaron Kanik, they're all the same way, but we had to get better at it, and we had to get better at those three things that I just mentioned: straining through the whistle, being physical, being violent, and doing that at practice and taking it to the game. And Caden exemplifies that. He's come in since his hand got better, been a willing practice guy out there, really been almost a standard of what you need to be at practice, and I think it's translated to game day really well. And I'm really proud of him. I'm just proud of the football that he's playing and the amount of football he's getting to play, because I know that means a lot to him just because he's been hurt a lot throughout his career. So it's just really fun to see for him.
Ben, you guys have been in tough road environments before, at Tennessee, at South Carolina, another one this weekend, but just overall, what stands out about Alabama, specifically what they do defensively?
Oh, man, they are a talented defensive bunch. I mean, you turn on the film and their speed and physicality and length all over the field, and they do an unbelievable job of trying to make your quarterback feel chaos. And you know, it's an impressive defensive scheme that they run. Coach Womack does a great job. He's done a great job for a really, really long time. But just the way that he, you know, puts his players in position to be successful, how it's a constant chess match, you know, between the offense and the defense. Specifically, you know, whenever he's calling the plays for the defense, how it's a great chess match of, you know, he's trying to get into the right call as the other teams are trying to get into the right call. But he does a great job of putting them in position to be successful and use their athletic abilities that will allow them to play free and fast and confident. So that's what stands out to me. They're really talented, really long, really athletic, really physical, cause a lot of chaos, and but that all starts from the coach putting them in a position to where they can all use their athletic ability. So
You mentioned they cause a lot of chaos. You guys have been able to run the ball pretty well in some of these tough road environments. Just how much does that maybe build confidence going into an atmosphere like this, that maybe that momentum can carry?
I mean, it sure, yeah, it builds some confidence, and I still think we have so much that we have to get better at. But it goes back to, you know, what I've said a lot. Whenever you're able to run the football, everything seems to just become not easier, but you stay on schedule more and you're able to be more efficient. But you know, it still ain't good enough. We got to get better. We have to keep on demanding it from our kids, demanding the strain at practice, because it will pay off during games, and we have to keep on improving in that area, because it helps everyone out. It helps the offense out, helps the defense out, helps the special teams out. It helps everyone out. So we just got to keep on getting better at it.
Then going back to the first bye week, you know, you guys were dealing with John's injury and getting Michael in. How big was it for John this week to be healthy and, you know, get a full bye week to, you know, kind of calm down and get back into his flow?
Yeah, I think it's big. You know, that first bye week, I mean, just kind of a lot of stuff was up in the air here and there, and but I thought our kids handled that really well. But this bye week, it's nice to you know, just be a little bit healthier at certain positions, and a little bit more, you know, set in stone in a lot of things. So we're able to attack this bye week a lot differently than we were the last one. But again, it just comes down to the kids and how they came to work. The young men, how they came to work. They attacked it. They were really locked in during meetings, and then they took it out to practice and had a great practice. So you know, I'm just proud of how they came to work, because that sets the tone for a bye week and can set the tone for the rest of the season. I'm just really proud of how they came to work. Appreciate y'all. Boomer.